So there's that side. Let's see. Oh, I think I just felt the kick. Apologize in advance, but we're going to go ahead and I just want to show you really quickly how much to draw. So this is the CDT. We just got it from Tractor Supply. There are some better companies you can get it online, but this is what we had for now. So we're just going to go ahead and shake it up because it will settle at the bottom. You'll see that there'll be kind of a liquid separation from the powder, I guess, and so we're just going to go ahead. It's been shaken pretty well, so we're just going to draw it. And this is a 3 milliliter syringe, but we want 2 full milliliters. And it doesn't matter the size of the animal, it's that much every time. And so we're just going to go ahead and draw it up now, that way it can warm up a little bit. You can do it warm or cold, but it does make it a little bit more comfortable for the goat when it is warm. And not too warm, you want it to be like room temperature. So we're going to go ahead and do the next one. I'm kind of drawing a little bit and then squeezing any air bubbles back out. You don't want to have any air. And you can also tap the needle a few times, and if there are any bubbles, any air bubbles, it will rise it to the top and you can squeeze it out. This one didn't really have any, so. And I always squeeze a teeny bit out before giving to the goat anyways. These are a little hard to get off. Alright, let's draw out the last one, because we only have 3 does that are due right off. You want to get it a few weeks to a month before they're due. And this is just so that you don't have to give the kids shots right after they're born. So we're going to go just a smidge over 2 because I see an air bubble. And when I squeeze that out later, I don't want to lose that too. So there we are. There's 3 different ones, and I tend to marker on them each goat so that I make sure if I'm doing a ton of goats, it's easy to forget who you've done. So if you mark them and you do it by that, it's easier to remember who you've already done. Alright, so let's go ahead and get everything down to the barn and we'll finish filming there. Alright, y'all, so this is going to be a little bit messy. I can't get the camera so that it can zoom out enough to get us both in the camera. It might be I need to just switch the lens. But we're going to go ahead and do Coco Beanie. It was a bit of a hassle to get her up on here because she's so wide. She doesn't want to go up on a stand right now. And this is a stand that we're both still getting used to. So I almost knocked the camera down trying to get her up here. But she's up here now. We're going to give her her CDT, and hopefully I can get it in frame enough to shave her udder on camera. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let me give her some more grain before we do the CDT. Because Coco Beanie doesn't like needles. Alright. So got my 2 milliliters here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it sub-Q just because she really doesn't like needles. Excuse me for a second. In front of the camera. Alright, I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it right under the skin. So, seems like she's got a good bit of skin here. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure real quick, squeeze just a tiny bit out, make sure there's no air bubbles. Alright, I'm going to pull up the skin, go under the skin, check for blood, nothing, and we're going to go in. It's doing so good. Good girl. Okay, now just going to rub that in there. And I like sub 2 when you can do it because it is a little bit more, I mean it still pinches, but they don't seem to notice it as much. Whereas when you do in the muscle, they really notice it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do number 2. Since I already did the close-up with Coco, I'm just going to go ahead and not worry about getting this super good on camera. But go ahead, squeeze out a little bit, and do it to look like you. Open the skin, the blood, put it in. Alright, good girl. This particular CDT does really good, so if you didn't eat it so fast, she ate her grains a little bit too quick. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and, actually let me move this ramp while I have room. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick shave on her as well. Not a super lot of hair on her, so I'm not going to go too crazy. Good girl. Alright, so there's that side. You can see hers blends in a lot better because of her color. Coco Beanie black goats, I think, probably not go as short if you want them to look halfway decent. So you want a little bit more of that gloss in there, but her color will get a little bit better as it tries to grow back. So I'm just going to blend it just a little bit more. Keep my own hair out of the way. I should have tied it up. Alright, good girl. This part she's not going to like as much. This is her first time, so she's gonna be, she's doing so good for me touching her, but usually they're a little bit jumpy. Go ahead and blend this one. Okay, let's get her udder. I'm just kind of like pulling and stretching with my finger so that there's no creases So you don't want to accidentally cut any of her creases. Being very gentle about it. She's doing so good for having a new udder. Good girl. Good girl, baby. Well, I could really go to town on her. She's so easygoing about it. I could spend quite a while shaping her, but we're not going to do that to her. So, I'd say that looks pretty good. I mean, it does still look a little bit funny, but we're not about looks today. We're just before the holidays, getting everything ready. You can see it's going to be nice and clean, so if she does kid, actually I will cut that just a tiny bit, because they do tend to get a lot back there as well. Just a tiny fuzz. You got a little fuzz, girl. That's good, I suppose. Alright. If I go too much, I'm going to take too much. Okay, I better stop. So, that's Miracle, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the last one, and that's Miss Hope. So, let's get her off the stand. There we go. Can you jump down? Jump. No? You jumped out. Okay. No. Alright, so Hope is the last one. She's due a week after Coco and a day before Miracle, which was the one I just did. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with her. Give her her CDT. Squeeze just a little bit out. It is going a little bit slower because it is getting a little bit cold. So we can get the last one in. Alright. No skin, no blood, and oh, they did so good. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and shave her up, and that would be all three of them today. Let's see if she does as good as her sister did. Maybe I can tuck my hair back. Let's do this. Good girl, Hope. I know. Actually, Hope has never been shaved, now I think about it, because I gave all of the does a practice show shave this summer to cool them down and just to get practice. And I did all of the does except for Hope. I just got too busy. It took me an hour per goat, and I did 10 does and a buckling, 9 does and a buckling since I didn't do her, and I just never got to her. So this is her first time ever being buzzed at all. She's doing so good. This is the benefit of handling and handling and handling. Your does will be so much easier to work with if you handle them a lot when they're born. Good girl, baby. Alright, she got a little bit irritated now that she's out of grain. It's nice and cold out, so the blade's not hot at all. Alright, you need just a little bit more grain? Let me get her some more. seems good too, with her shaving from the opposing side. It's a little bit easier. She's got a fluffy tail. Because again, she never was shaved this summer, so she's got way more hair than everybody else. Everybody else has grown back their hair that I shaved, but since she was never buzzed at all, she's got a lot of it. She's got a lot of it, girl. Alright, now let's go ahead and do this side. Good girl. And hers blends in really nice. It's always nice when your colors and your goats work well with blending. Like poor Cocoa Beanie, she just looked like a clown. Alright. Here's the legs. Alright, this part she might not like so much. See, she's as good as her sister. No, she don't like that. I kind of expected it with Miracle, so I was bracing myself. I got blessed. This one became. Alright, so I'm just gonna hold her leg. She can't kick. I know. I'm not used to being touched in those parts. I know. I'm sorry. I know. We're almost done. We're almost done. Need more grain? Let's give you a little bit more grain. Okay? We used to touch their udders when they were little to get them used to it. But once there's milk in there, it's a little different feeling, I guess, so I can't say I blame them. So, let's see. Might get kicked in the face here. She might be more like her mother too, and her mother is one of those goats that when she's out of grain, I've had to work hard to not give her more because she will kick and throw a fit. So, the fact that her sister did so well shows her personality is a bit different than her mom's. But, looking like Hope. A lot like Mommy. She'll be that doe that when she's out of grain, she's gonna be a little bit of a booger. Oh, it's alright. It's alright, baby. I know. We're almost done. Nothing get you as good as I got your sister. I know. Hey. Whoop. It's alright. Alright, we'll call that good. Since she's not happy about it. Good girl. It's so good to see her kicking though and being booger, because a month ago that was not the case. Let's see. Right side, left side. Baby should be here. Let's see. Oh, I think I just felt the kick. Yep, you can feel the babies in there. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so that is it for today. The only thing extra that I might do later is give them a selenium paste, and the selenium paste I have has vitamin E in it, and vitamin E is always good to give before delivery. I don't remember who told us that, but we will give them that probably just a couple days before delivery, so we're still a little early to give that. But this is the chunk of things that I need to do today and get that done before it's getting too late. Christmas is this weekend, so we've got a lot going on, but I was able to squeeze this in before it was too busy. But anyways, I hope that was helpful to y'all. Nothing crazy, don't go fancy about it. Like I said, it's a little cold right now to do too fancy. Just wanted to get the good chunk of the hair, and we didn't get her as good as we did Coco and Miracle, just because she's never been buzzed before, so she's a little uncomfortable. But well, so that wraps up this video. And hopefully we'll see y'all again pretty soon here. I have a couple more videos I need to try and get done. So anyways, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.